because I know
but how you can get them to, if they don't want to sit still, give them some dance steps. They know how to dance.
I'm a prayer.
If they have questions from learn a dance step from Michael Jackson, do the whole routine. They knew the whole routine, and that was the money way.
Michael Jackson was taught by Boogaloo.
I don't have that.
It's called the moonwalk.
Yeah, that's the guy you seen breaking too?
Yes.
That's
Right.
Turbo.
Yeah.
The thing about Michael Jackson is the moonwalk, that was originated from B-boys. He was just the first one to really put a name on the movement.
Yeah, well actually, to be honest.
I'm talking about if they can sit there, if they can take the time to learn those dance steps and put it into the routine and do it exactly. But an era that they can't be reached.
Yeah.
It's the generation gap in dance too. It's an era just like that now where the generation is a little lax in our area now with 90s babies who were born out the 90s and up to the 2000s. No, it's that entitlement thing. Even in music, the youngins want the entitlement but don't want to put the work behind it.
And another thing too, when we teach the history, I like what you said about the dancing, because it was the dancing that changed the gang mentality in New York. You know, they had Apache lines where you have this dance part called Brooklyn Up Rockin', and in Brooklyn Up Rockin', what you're doing is, you might see this in B-boy battles where they act like they stabbing you, or they act like they punching you. That was the piece. That was the replacement for the violence. Now, to be honest, some of them still led to, fights, but that's a gap, like you said, with the dance thing, maybe letting these crack babies, gangsters, know that, well, hip-hop started out as gangsters, and then after that, cats got sense and started doing this. The hip-hop that you like so much started with you, but it ended in a positive apology.
You guys are homies. I grew up from the Bronx, New York, but then something happened and we had to move to California. And it was during the time where I don't remember which group used to practice in Hunts Point, and they used to practice near the Forest Project.
Ms. Sherry, hold on for 1 second. We're going to need 10 more minutes to prepare questions, and then we're going to have questions from the audience. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, so save that. Just hold on to that.
Okay.
Save that, yeah.
Can I say something about the generation gap with dance?
Okay. Can we take it to the question and answer from the audience? Because we're going to have that portion. Yes. Oh, yeah. We're going to bring it to the audience. Yeah. Please hold on to that, though. Don't forget.
Originally asking how should it be passed down to the next generation?
How should it be passed on to the next generation? I think that's, you got to start with them early. You got to start with them early. But if you don't start with them early, you might lose them. Because it's like, with the generation gap and things that happen to bring on that generation gap, you still have those obstacles in the way. As far as sometimes a desire for them to really want to do something, it's like, it might be a few things that I'm lost feeling. I'm thinking about 2 minutes from
That's an old age.
Yeah. Very fast on that one right there. I think Phatz had that one.
I think the answer that he gave, though, he talked about the DVD and
Literature.
yeah, because they, you today, there's a study that said they have Harvard business students. They're having trouble with them getting to read their textbooks. Like that's an actual study, because just the way that we consume information today is so different. And so, I think it needs to be put in all formats, from DVD to the iBook to the whatever is accessible to. I listen to podcasts all day long.
Oh yeah.
To get my information. And so whether there's how come somebody don't come up with a hip hop podcast? Free idea. I'll give it out right now. Free idea. Come up with a hip hop podcast, put it on iTunes, and all you do once a week is you break down maybe an aspect of the culture. You maybe do a throwback interview where you break down Public Enemy and where they came from and what they stood for, what the message was. And it's all about hip hop and culture and And when they did this song meant this, and this was for this time. And when they came together, that was his story. Run DMC and Aerosmith came together, that was his story. You never saw that in the Run DMC. When they did My Adidas, that was really one of the first brand promotions in hip hop history. Besides, Drake doing Sprite. I mean, like you can really start breaking. You can really start like breaking down stuff in his podcast. And so I think, the DVDs and the podcast and all that type of stuff will really be something that
The new media, basically.
the
What it
new-
is today. Yeah.
that's it. Just put it in the form they're going to hear. So that's it.
Okay, we have artists out here, the glorious dream, the American dream for most people is to get signed to a label. Like back in the day, you did your little performance here, a talent person saw you, then they just put it in and made a group and then boom, here you are now. Nowadays, I notice in my research of music, I don't listen to the radio, I don't do extra stuff. I go to underground artists, people that you don't hear every day, people that are mostly underrated. Like you'll see it online, you see them, they get the less stars, they get the less thing, but they have the best
The
music.
best music.
So I'm saying, because I know with most people now, I'm just trying to figure out what's better, just being an independent artist and being signed to the label. Because I know now that in the industry, they say that the labels don't really pay for them, for real. That's all on you. It ain't like the American dream no more, where as soon as you get signed, it's boom, glitz and glamour. It's like you gotta work to get up into that position. So I'm saying, would it just be best for me to make my own money as an artist, or just go ahead and sign a label, do the extra slave work, and go behind it, busting my butt in and out every day?
Well, independence is always key. Self-sufficiency should always be the way. I definitely feel like, well, me and my girl, we feel like we about to blow up out our bedroom. Because, well, that's what people are doing. Your Soulja Boy got found online, you know what I mean? The industry has changed. The artists are, this is a positive note to me, and I take this from because I've been around for 19 years. But now it's different. When I started coming out, you needed ADATs, demo tapes. You needed to travel. You needed to, it was hard. If you had a job, oh my God, you had to have a job. And you know what I mean? There was a lot, going on. And now the industry has made it easier. Everybody, I give mine to Q-Tip. I thought hip hop was everything. I thought having a record deal was dope until he gave me 1,080. I was like, record company people are shady. Never dawned on me until I heard Check the Rhyme. I was like, look like y'all children to me. You know what I mean? So, but then you start hearing, you start hearing a lot of complaints from artists. So I definitely feel like, you should go independent. You'll have more creative control. They take your creative control. Record labels, to me, from my personal experience, they're loan sharks. That's it. They need their money. They want their money. They give you the money up front or whatever. They give you this little bit here. People go and blow the money because they go to the hood where ain't nobody got nothing. Give you something. You cats out, irresponsible. We don't have financial knowledge of finances. You know what I mean? We don't have, things like that or whatever. So learn your finances and learn the rules of the industry, I say, yourself, and make an attempt to go independent. I didn't want to go here for real, but
Go ahead, bro.
it seems as though the record industry is promoting craziness.
Amen.
To get signed, it's almost like you gotta sell your soul. You know what I mean? And being in all honesty, I ain't gonna front. I guess some of my favorite elders to some degree, I guess was doing it a little bit then, but like I was saying earlier, the hood controlled what the record label was gonna do. Now the record label's controlling. So I definitely feel like independence is the way to go. But with independence comes knowledge of the industry. Again, that lack of complacency. You're gonna have to put in all the work. You know what I mean? But if you are compassionate about putting out good music or whatever, then after a while it becomes nothing. It becomes learning. It goes from becoming a burden to woman to learning. When I first got I had a manager one time, and we was about to get signed to Island Def Jam. Old guy, white guy Steinberg, loved us to death. We was a 6-man crew at that time though, and